Okay. Okay, so this is lesson 103, algebraic proofs. For algebra 1, it starts out talking about notation, that we use x to the fourth for notation, and we know that it means x times x times x times x. And it's not necessary to choose this notation, it's already chosen for us. We could just as well have written it as for an x, but we didn't. We just accept the definition. So in math, you have statements called axioms or postulates. And axioms or postulates are statements that everyone accepts as truth, and they help you with your proofs. So we are going to use these two statements. We're going to use a plus b equals b plus a, which is what we know as the commutative property. And then we're also going to use a plus b plus c is the same as a plus b plus c. That, again, is the associative property. We're going to use those two properties to do some simple proofs. So the way that you start a proof, let me come down one more thing. It says when you do proofs, you want to begin with as few definitions and postulates as possible. Use them in a step-by-step process, and just make sure you justify each step. So that's what we're going to do. The very first thing that we're going to work on proving is something that seems like a really easy statement, but we're going to do the mathematical proof of it, which is, just get us situated here. We're going to do the proof that 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals 3 plus 4 plus 2. Now, we can just look at that and we know that it's true, but again, we're going to use mathematical proofs to show that. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write 4 plus 3 plus 2. We've started by associating 4 plus 3 plus 2, so we say that's the associative property. Now our goal is to make this look like this. So the next step is we just need to take these two and switch them. And the way that we switch them is using the commutative property. So the 2 stays where it is, and we're going to take 3 and 4 and switch them, and that is using the commutative property. And then the last thing that we do is remove parentheses. It's a short little proof proving that 4 plus 3 plus 2 is the same as 3 plus 4 plus 2. Okay, that was 103.1. Now let's do 103.2. Okay, so if x, y, and m represent unspecified real numbers, use the commutative and associative properties to show that x plus y plus m equals m plus x plus y. So again, we're going to work on making this look like this. So the very first thing that we need to do, when I'm looking at this, I see that m needs to come over here, y needs to come over here, x needs to come over here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put parentheses around y and m. So x plus y plus m, that's the associative property. And you can see I'm starting to abbreviate here. The next thing I'm going to do is flip them, x plus m plus y. That's the commutative property. The next thing I'm going to do is move my parentheses, and that, all I'm doing is taking these two parentheses and moving them over here. The order does not change. X, m, and y are still in the same order. So now that I've moved my parentheses, I use the associative property to do that. And then you can see what the last step is. I just need to m plus x plus y, which is the commutative property. And then the very last step, m plus x plus y, and that is, all I did was remove the parentheses. Okay, so that's example 103.2.